You aren't aware, after the Trump assassination attempt, in which I think someone else in the crowd ended up passing away from the bullet that missed Trump. A lot of people had a lot of things to say. A lot of people were talking about it. We were on vacation, so I didn't really give a f. And also, I'm not American, so not my country, not my problem.
Be like, oh yeah, if they die, man, people are gonna have a problem with that. That's for sure, for sure. You can disagree with the politics of some person and be like, yeah, disagree with the politics, but in wishing death upon the person, if death happens, I'm like, man, people are definitely gonna take they're gonna have a problem with it. I think what he was saying was a bit wild, but did he have the right to say it? I believe that he did have the right to say it. What I think was messed up thing, the weird thing, was him getting banned off all the social media and stuff like that. And is that you go on platforms and you call people from the left snowflakes because they're acting a certain way.
Yep.
Now look at you, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You guys are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like a snowflake is not someone on the left. A snowflake is just someone that just can't handle being talked about.
Yep.
That's a snowflake, and you can be people on the right, y'all can be snowflakes too.
Yep.
Because the way you're like, I can't believe that's what they doing over there.
Absolutely.
And then you do that over there too. It's just you're the same people. You have the same MO, the same modus operandi, and you have the same way of working as them. You just have different ways of thinking, but it's the same way.
So don't sit here now and then act like somebody who doesn't care about the fact that a right winger died is some big surprise to you. You know, that to me is a little bit pathetic.
I go on stage, I do a couple of jokes, then I do some jokes on gay people, right? And one of them in the crowd, there was a break. There was like an intermission in the show, and I saw one of the guy outside that was at the show, and he was like, oh no, yeah, that comedian, me, I can't, like, really what he said was, really, I was not having it, because the PDF jokes was alright, the grape jokes was cool, but when
what is it about
when
you?
it was you said, nah, you was like, nah, I'm not having it. You're a big hypocrite. You're a big hypocrite. I understand that comedy is just like a drunk uncle at Christmas. It's funny until he touches you, but at the end of the day, you're a big hypocrite.
I'm honestly conflicted on how I feel about the shooting, but we'll chat about it on stream tomorrow.
Clearly, he couldn't be saying that he's fine with that level of political violence, right? Right?
Let me clarify, when I say conflicted, what I mean is that I lean towards seeing it as a natural extension of the thing Trump and the MAGA kids support, so I don't think I have much sympathy about the attempt enough to chastise people celebrating it.
Oh. Destiny tweeted about the shooting 50 times in the first 24 hours, and that does not include retweets. He was getting clowned on by literally everyone, including Elon Musk himself. Some of his more controversial tweets reads as follows.
If we learned anything today, I hope it's realizing the importance of principles I've stressed many times on stream before. Having a firearm means absolutely nothing if you don't spend time at the range practicing with it. It's a win-win for me. I either get the candidate I ideologically align with, or Trump gets elected and I get more tax cuts on my 7-figure income while brokey trailer trash retards like you celebrate in the streets and die of diabetes. I'm sure Corey and Babbitt are both having fun with each other in hell right now. All I see is Biden up +1 in Pennsylvania. For every MAGA that was giggling along with my edgy Palestinian tweets, I hope you realize every single Palestinian civilian that gets bombed and killed in Gaza is worth 100 times more respect than any loser who gets wasted at a Trump rally. Don't be selective with your laughs now.
I'm tired of getting gaslit for years that I have to pretend that both sides of the political aisle right now are making coherent arguments or that they have the same moral authority to lead. The fact that, like, when I have to describe events to people in real life to make my case, I feel crazy because of how much conservatives have dictated all of the media cycles. I wrote it down. It doesn't even matter. There's no point even going over it. I don't even care. Well, I do, but they don't. The people that support Donald Trump in this country have lost every conceivable tie that they have to calling themselves moral American citizens that would support this country. The road that the Republicans have taken us down and their support for an insurrectionist president leaves me with absolutely zero pity for anything that happens at any fucking event. Miss me with that shit, fam. And miss Trump, you know? less swing voters that way, I guess. I'm so far over dealing with the Trumples, who are the worst I think that America has to offer, trying to tone police or trying to beg for sympathy. Nah, fuck it. Fuck the dude, the firefighter guy, fuck Trump, fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am 100%. And if you tweet anything about Putin or whatever, I'm going to throw it up on the retweet. I'm going to put you right on the picture next to Babbitt and Corey, and we're all going to fucking make fun of you. And that's what should happen, because fuck you, okay? Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you. How about your parents? If they get their brains blown out at a rally, would you have the same attitude? They are democracy-hating insurrectionists after all. One, you're permabanned for asking a stupid question, because the obvious answer two is, listen, they're adults. They make their own decisions. If you want to support an insurrectionist president, then whatever comes of that that's your consequences. Again, it's not a fucking joke. My mom is an immigrant to the United States of America. She was 5 years old. Her parents worked really hard to get her here. She served for 20 years in the Air Force, along with my dad. They know exactly what they're doing. They should know exactly what they're supporting. It was my mom that, ranted at me for over a decade about how evil the USSR and Putin and all the Chi-coms and all that shit. So whatever, if they go to a rally and they, whatever the fuck, is less end of life cost for me to deal with. It's on them. That's their decision. You think I'm going to lose sleep over that? No. We all have our own paths to walk in life. We all have our own decisions to make.
But anyway, just to be clear, fuck you. Fuck the guy that got shot at the rally. This is why I don't give a fuck about showing sympathy. This is why I don't give a fuck. This is why I don't give a fuck about the sympathy for any of you fucking losers, because you won't own up to
don't
anything.
take it out on me
because he has support from 90% of the conservatives in the Republican Party who are entirely un-American. Whatever happens, happens. I don't give a fuck. At this point, my only regret is that the guy didn't spend enough time practicing first. It is insane how much conservatives get to set the standard on all the conversation in this country. It's absolutely insane. We're supposed to jump up and feel sad that the guy who is one of the most divisive presidents in all of history got shot at? Give me a break. Please give me a fucking break.
Okay, one person is dead who isn't Trump, right, who got shot out. Someone in the crowd that was just going to a rally who got murked by this guy. And two others are in critical condition. I think it's okay to show a little empathy, don't you?
You're right. Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't know somebody else died. What state was this in?
Pennsylvania, my state.
Swing state voter. Sorry, what?
Okay. This is the problem, right? It's not the only problem we have, but it's absolutely a problem when we think it's okay to joke about people getting because they are political opponents, right? And it's a swing state voter. That's bullshit. So first of all, I think we just lose. I think this shooting that's ball game. I think we lose. So that shooter cost us the election. It's done, right? Have you seen some of these photos coming out of Trump with his fist in the air and the American flag behind him and the Secret Service around him? That's ball game. We're done. So that shooter, he didn't shoot Trump, but he shot our chances in 2024.
I already told you. I thought he should have spent more time practicing first. I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, if he had, oh my God, if he had actually Trump, that would have been, I don't know if our nation, that would have been a monumental disaster. There would be sectarian violence in the streets at that point.
That would be crazy. What do you think they'd try to do? An insurrection? Holy shit. That would be wild.
I got in trouble for it. I wouldn't talk about it as much, but no, I 100% support people defending property against violent rioters. If you want to protest, then fucking go protest. Amen. I love protesters, okay? It's an important part of the American fucking experiment or whatever protesting is. Rioting has no place in this country. Unless you want to go riot against government shit. Go blow up a fucking federal building or some shit. Knock yourself out.
And I know this video is going to be unpopular with a lot of you. I also don't care. Don't ever think that I'm afraid to say what I'm going to say because it makes some of y'all upset or makes that. I don't give a shit. Is he my friend? Sure. Am I biased because of it? Probably. But honestly, when I sit back and think about it, and even when I talk about it with my people, none of them really disagreed that heavily. So that's how I feel about it. And all of this talk about, oh, you guys are afraid to talk about the Trump. I don't give a shit. I'm not American. That's your problem.
Yeah, and you think that all the Trumples were just going to go home if they lost the next election?
Man, I don't know. But
okay,
I don't think
we should just we should keep living in the world of I don't know. While we're sitting in the corner, in our little cuck chair, watching the bull, our country, okay? Lady Liberty going, I don't know if he's going to her or not. I'm not sure. Well, let's just wait and find out.
It was such a horrible trip. Oh my God. Normally, whenever me and Melina would travel, we would usually only do cuck stuff for a single night. But because Nim, I guess she really wanted like somebody who was like Middle Eastern and had like a 15-inch dick or whatever, because it's like 4 times bigger than mine, I had to do it for 4 nights. So they would lock me in the corner of the room and just, I would be getting cucked over and over and over again. It's a brutal trip.